So UMAA actually was formed in 2002. We had our first convention in 2003. So about 22 years ago, this organization formed. This is our 20th annual convention. We did lose a couple of years during the pandemic. The purpose of UMAA has and remains the same: to advance the social, political, and economic status of the Shia Muslim community in America.
We have done many conventions in Dearborn, Michigan, Chicago, Toronto, so many of those in Virginia and Washington, D.C. area. People from all different ethnic backgrounds, they come to attend UMAA.
As opposed to UMAA actively doing a lot of the work throughout the year, if we, and I think this has been some degree of our success, is bringing the organizations and individuals together. And I think those networks go on to do a lot more work than any one organization could manage itself. So I think that is, in very simply terms, we're just here to bring the Shia together.
UMAA mission is to bring youth. We have hundreds of volunteers coming to UMAA. They're giving their time. The best way to transition, we have to build the youth volunteer and transition to the next level, and they can take over UMAA.
I was very influenced by one of the lectures given by Amar Nakshwani at UMAA when I was a youth, where he challenged us and said, you guys really need to invest time to learn about your religion. Don't just inherit it. I took that to heart. 10 years later, alhamdulillah, I published a book about my reflections and that journey to learn more about my faith. That's essentially why I'm here today as a panelist. So there's a lot of connection between UMAA as a youth and me attending and being influenced by it, and how I'm now on a panel. So it's very intertwined.
I think the difference that UMAA makes is unity at the end of the day, and the way that they run their workshops and how everything is just run. We're all Shias at the end of the day, and then we're bonding over that one thing, which is being Shia. So I think that's like unity and coming together, and we all come from different backgrounds and experiences.
MashaAllah, the brotherhood is crazy. I came in and then everybody had this chemistry, and it was just so beautiful, MashaAllah. And I hope inshallah that Allah can bless me with that brotherhood, inshallah, with them.
It's just finding Shia friends in general, honestly, this day and age is always really hard. But coming here and meeting all those people, it makes you kind of want to come back for the right cause, obviously, is for God. And we all come from different parts of America, really. So one of my bestest friends who I met last year, and this is our 1-year reunion today.
The focus has been to try to be as broad in our approach as possible, so that everybody leaves with something. Everybody feels that there was an aspect of this conference that did speak to them, that was for them. And I think this year, out of all the years, I can say I'm most proud of that diversity.
So it's a conference that really works around the entire family, and I think that's one of the best things I like about UMAA. My parents can come, and then there's a big celebration, and there's always some speaker or a renowned reciter from Pakistan or someone coming. So it's a very well-rounded, but it's a family-oriented conference, and I think that's what gets everyone involved and excited, and makes everyone come back every year.
I've been to many Islamic organizations over the past, but this one just keeps pulling me back. As an attendee, I feel like the environment is very safe to be in. The advisors and the organizers are extremely welcoming. The courses, the workshops, everything that's been organized has been organized wonderfully. You definitely leave learning something new, and you want to come back the next year and count your days.
I love coming to UMAA because there is a focus on the family. We love the child care program. This year they had the young programming for the 4 to 8-year-olds, which was great for my children. The preteen program, which is so important to try to strengthen our young adolescents' identity in Islam. And I really love the focus on the young adult here at UMAA. We are losing our young adults to many different problems, and it's so important to give them that strong identity. And lastly, I think the matrimonial is so important. We need our young people to get married, and that's only going to strengthen their Islam. And I think it's great that they have that offering here at UMAA.
Okay, so UMAA has a very special place in my heart because I met my husband at the very first UMAA, and then we actually had our walima at the third UMAA. And since then, I've always been involved to some degree in programming or organizing. It's a worthwhile effort. I think it brings everyone together on a national, sometimes even global level. And I think being a minority community, we need that. We need opportunities to gather and exchange ideas and speak about our niche, community, but also speak about commonalities with other communities. And I think it's vital. I think it's a very necessary platform.
There's like a few of younger generation women that, of course, other girls would want to sign up to and listen to because it's we're being represented. It's whether it's on like a hijabi level, whether it's on like a sisterhood level, and just by like connecting with people on this Ummah platform, it's very key.
What does Ummah mean to me? Ummah means community. I think it is so nice to once a year see friends that we haven't seen in a year from all over the country, all over the world, come together, introduce ourselves to our new children that may have been born, new spouses, new family members. It's such a wonderful opportunity to just come together as a community.
Ummah means to me identity, Shia identity, and networking. I would say Shia networking is like the biggest thing.
Friendship with God. I think listening to the speakers and especially with volunteering, just everything you're doing, obviously it's like volunteering, we're not being paid for this, and it's just for God at the end of the day.
There's not many events like this where you get to see folks from across the country, and it's such a great place to build bonds. And as long as our community is intact and we're tight, we have a lot of places to go, inshallah.
It's just a concept of like unity, and like we're all coming together for the same thing. We're coming together to like, have fun, have a good time, learn, listen to these amazing speakers. It's like the time spent here is just so like unique almost.
I do appreciate Ummah. I appreciate them for the work that they do for the Muslim community, for standing up for the oppressed, especially Gaza and Palestine and all the oppressed in the world.
Ummah is very much close to my heart. When I meet people from around the country, I see them, they talk about it. They say, this is amazing. I'm meeting people from East Coast, from West Coast, and Midwest. People coming from different states, and they haven't seen a big Shia gathering. This is like Ummah is, right? You're bringing people from different part of the country and bringing them together so they can build their own network.
Yeah, Ummah, and this is no cliche, no mincing words. I really don't know where my life would be without Ummah. Ummah is such an integral part of my life, my personal social network in life, the people and my closest individuals to me personally. What it's done, the people I've met through Ummah and what Ummah's done to expand my mind, my professional network is through Ummah, through individuals I've met at Ummah, a lot of the professional success I've had, personal success. It's something that I can't even articulate in words what this organization means to me, which is why it's such an honor and privilege to be part of the organization and to help lead this. And what I hope is that I can impart and provide the opportunity for others to benefit from this organization, from this network, from the Shia community as much as I have been benefited personally. And if we can do some of that, I think we'll be very successful.